Bhato Banariva Prabhata Gagana Yogora Sankirtanai Maya Bharita Mingilo Jaragatan Udritya Jivanimam Krishna Prema Surabdi Gahana Sukam Pradat Prabhum Tang Bhajan Namo Gora Kishoraya Bhakta Vaduta Murtai Gaurangi Padma Bringaya Radha Baba Vishevani Bande Bhakti Vinodanam Shri Gaura Shakti Svarupakam Bhakti Shastra Gyasam Rajam Radha Rasa Suranidhim Gaura Braja Shita Shishaya Vaishnavir Vandya Vigraham Jagannatha Prabhum Vande Premabhim Vrinda Vaishnavam Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Panchatat Tatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Sarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakti Shaktikam Namo Mahavaranyaya Krishna Prema Prarayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvije Namaha Chaitang Sarato Pango Mama Manda Matergati Matsavasva Parambojo Radhamada Namo Hano Divyad Virindaranya Kaupadrumadaha Srimad Ratnagara Singhasanasto Shri Gandhava Shri Govinda Devo Prastalipi Sevamano Smarami Shriman Rasar Sarami Bansivata Tatashtitaha Kasham Venus Kanayar Gopir Gopinath Shriyestunaha Brindaya Tulasya Devan Priyaya Keshavasya Cha Krishna Bhakti Pradidevi Satyavate Namo Namaha Ato Natva Mantra Gurum Gurum Bhagavataradam Vyasan Jagat Gurum Natva Tadodaro Mudiyam Jai Sakarika Shri Guru Gauranga Gandhava Guru Sunda Pada Padmanam Jayastu. All right, here we are. And you've already sung everything by the time we've come to sit down here with the morning program that has gone before. We've sung to Vaishnavas, to Guru, to Gauranga, his Parshads, his Leela, to Krishna, his Parshads, his Leela, his associates, his Leela. So, now we are here, we can sing what we like, in addition to what has been sung. And already this morning we've been sitting here happily visiting Srila Gurudev and hearing Gurudev speak with his heart so beautiful and telling us about how what Guru Maharaj gave was not a creation but revealing, and how now Goloka Vrindavan exists. We are not inventing a place. We're not trying to build a place with our imagination. Just like any place on this earth exists. But we are not there now. We are where we are. So, Guru Maharaj revealing what is in the upper world, showing what is there through his compositions and through his presentation. Anyway, wonderful Gurudev, to hear his words mystically. It was from 2007 we were hearing, so that's 16 years ago by now. And this age we have that mystic potency to be able to hear directly. And while we are speaking also, Veera Govinda Ashram, Madhurananda Prabhu is giving Hari Katha, and around the world, and 1 hour before that will have been St. Petersburg and the Moscow time zone. Then 1 hour later is the Europe time zone, and the last but not least, London time zone and Ireland time zone, which is an hour later. And then those who are on the ship in the Atlantic Ocean, they may be doing also some morning program in the Atlantic Ocean, heading over to New York, and then the states, state by state, 5 time zones, I think, in USA. Then off to Hawaii, where it is definitely still yesterday. All right, and that's also indication, Srila Gurudev liked that expression. The sun never sets on Sri Chaitanya Saraswati. Okay, anyway, behind the curtain is Gauranga Mahaprabhu. So what shall we sing for Gauranga Mahaprabhu before we come to our morning readings? Well, we can come to Shikshastakam. We can sing the first song or two of Shikshastakam, composition by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. It's page 200 in this book. Easy page number to remember. And we can say the Sanskrit slowly together. Cheto dapanam majanam bhava mahadavagni nirvapanam shreya kairagya chandrika vitaranam vidyavadhu jivanam anandam buddhi varanam pratipadam punamritashvaranam savatma snapanam param vijayate Shri Krishna sankirtanam. Pita Bharana Kali Pavana Gora Pita Bharana Kali Gaya Channa Baba Vibhora Pita Bharana Kali Pavana Gora. 200. Page 200. Oh, this is a different book. Chitta dapana parimajanakari Majanakari Chitta dapana parimajanakari Krishna Kitana Jaya Chitta Bihari Hela Bhava Dava Nirvapana Vriti Krishna Kitana Jaya Klesha Nivriti Shreya Kumuda Viddu Jyotsna Prakasha Krishna Kitana Jaya Bhakti Vilasa Vishuddha Vidya Vantu Jivana Rupa Krishna Kitana Jaya Siddha Sarupa Pita Bharana Kali Pavana Gora Ananda Payo Nidhi Vadana Kirti Krishna Kitana Jaya Pavana Murti Pare Pare Tijusha Swara Pradata Krishna Kitana Jaya Prema Vidhata Kati Vinoda Swatma Snapana Vidhana Krishna Kitana Jaya Prema Nidana Pita Bharana Kali Pavana Gauranga, whose complexion is golden and who is the deliverer of the fallen souls of Kali Yuga, sings as follows, overwhelmed with spiritual ecstasy. All glories to the chanting of the holy name of Krishna. It thoroughly cleanses the mirror of the heart and is the delight of the soul. All glories to the chanting of the holy name of Krishna. It extinguishes the forest fire of material existence and removes all material tribulations. All glories to the chanting of the holy name of Krishna. It appears like the moon in the heart and distributes its cooling moonlight, making the white lotus of the soul's good fortune blossom and bloom. Krishna Kirtan is the Bhakti Vilas, the beautiful pastime of devotion. All glories to the chanting of the holy name of Krishna. It reveals one's pure identity in relationship with the Lord, even up to divine consorthood. This chanting is the real perfection of life. All glories to the chanting of the holy name of Krishna. Krishna Kirtan causes the ocean of ecstatic joy to overflow. It is an inundation of divine love. All glories to the chanting of the holy name of Krishna. Krishna Kirtan gives one a taste of fully satisfying nectar at every step. Ultimately, it bestows ecstatic love of Godhead. All glories to the chanting of the holy name of Krishna. It bathes the soul of Bhakti Vinod. This chanting is a storehouse of love of Godhead. All right, so let us chant the holy names of Krishna. Oh, well, I just turned the page, and so we've come to Nagare Nagore Gora Gai. Page 262. Nagare, so we can chant 1, 2, 3, 4 verses each. I'll begin, and then we can go around. We go around the room this way. You know the tune? Okay, you will know the tune by the time we get 4, however many that was. Nagar, and this is 120 names of Krishna. Mahaprabhu has just been telling us we need to chant the holy name of Krishna. So page 262 in the yellow songbook. Nagare Nagare Gora Gai Yashomati Stanya Paishi Nandan Nandana. It's our family on the other side of the world. Indra Nila Mani Braja Janera Jivana Shri Gokula Nishachari Putana Ghatana Dushya Trina Vata Hanta Shakata Bhanjana Navanita Chora Dadi Harana Kushala Jamala Juna Banji Govinda Gopala Damadara Vrindavana Govatara Kala Vatsa Surantaka Hari Nisha Janapala Bhakta Shatru Aganta Brahma Vimohana Dhenukana Shana Krishna Kali Aditramana Pitambara Shiki Picha Dhari Venudhara Bandira Mira Kanana Lila Davana Lahara Nata Bara Guha Chara Sharata Bihari Balavi Balabadeva Gopi Bastrahari Yagyapati Gon Prati Karunara Sindhu Govardhana Dhikmara Prajabasi Bandhu Devananda Indradapa Harinanda Rakshita Mukunda Shri Gopi Balabarasa Krida Punananda Shri Radha Palabarada Madhava Sundara Lalita Vishaka Adi Saki Praneshvara Nava Jaladhara Kanti Madana Mohana Banamali Smera Mukha Gopi Pranadhana Trivangi Murali Dhara Jamuna Nagara Radha Kunda Ranga Neta Rasera Sagara Chandravali Prananata Kautuka Vilashi Radha Manasulam Pata Milana Prayasi Manasa Gangara Rani Prasunataskara Gopi Saha Hastakari Brajavaneshvara Gokula Sampara Gopa Duka Nivarana Durmadada Manna Bhakta Santapaharana Sudarshana Moshana Shishanka Churantaka Ramanuja Shama Chanda Murali Bandaka Gopi Gita Shota Madhusudan Murari Arishtagata Karada Kundari Hari Yomantaka Padma Nitra Keshini Sudana Ranga Dhira Sansahanta Mailu Praharana Vasudeva Suta Vrishti Vangsha Kiti Dvaja Dinanata Maturesha Devaki Garbhaja Kubja Kripa Moya Vishnu Shauri Narayana Dvarakesha Narakagna Shri Jadu Nandana Shri Rukmini Kamsa Satyapati Surapala Pandava Bandhava Shishupala Jirakala Jagadisha Janadana Keshavatatrana Savavatara Bija Vishvera Nidana Maheshvara Yogeshvara Brahma Tejadhara Bhavatmara Atma Prabhu Prakritira Para Patita Pavana Jagannatha Savishvara Vrindavana Chandra Savara Sera Akara Nagare Nagare Goradai Bhakati Vinoda Tachukai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Jai Srila Gurudev ki Jai, Srila Guru Maharaj ki Jai, Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur ki Jai, Sri Rupanu Guru Vada ki Jai, Vishwarenya Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki Jai, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki Jai, and the author of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Srila Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami ki Jai. So we're going to continue our reading of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Govinda Govinda, and I just saw something I had lined up for last night, but we had more lined up than we could use. It's good to have more lined up than we can use, because we did the London Zoom. We did the London Zoom in London last night. And sometimes we find, we have like things we want to say or we're ready to say. And then we think, okay, I'll keep it for next time. But when you keep it for next time, always it kind of drifts away. So maybe we'll read it in a few minutes so it doesn't drift away from us. But first, coming to Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Okay, so Mahaprabhu... Mahaprabhu is attempting to go to Vrindavan. He's gone to Ramakeli, and now, out of circumstance, he's on his way back to Puri, and just now he has come to Shantipur on the way to Puri from Ramakeli. Ramakeli was the capital of Bengal, and then, step by step, then he went to a place called... I don't remember the exact name, so I better not say it, but a little bit after Ramakeli he proceeded, and then so many people were with him, so he decided to come back to Puri and then go to Vrindavan quietly alone. So on his way back to Puri, then we are at text 216, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela chapter 16, text 216. Jai Jai Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda, Jai Advaita Chandra Jaya, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. All right. Punarapi, again. Punarapi Prabhu Jadi Shantipura Ayala, Raghunatha Dasa Asi Prabhuhure Milila. So again, when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu returned to Shantipur, Raghunath Das came to meet him. Now starting text 217. Hiranya Govardhana Dui Sahodara Shaptagrame Baralaksha Mudrara Ishvara. So, two brothers named Hiranya and Govardhan, who were residents of Saptagram, had an annual income of 1,200,000 rupees. That's a pretty good income even today. And there is an extensive purport which explains where they took their birth, their family, their elder brother, family priest. The village of Saptagram is located on the eastern railway from Calcutta to Burdwan. And presently the railway station is called Trishabiga. I mean, these are super purports to read, just to be able to relate to the places and where Mahaprabhu went to. All right. Govardhan, so and the end of the purport by Srila Prabhupada, Majjumadara and Govardhan Majjumadara belonged to Kayashta, the Kayashta community. Hiranya Majjumadar and Govardhan Majjumadar belonged to the Kayashta community. They also were very rich, so much so that it is mentioned in this verse that their annual income as landlords amounted to 1,200,000 rupees. Okay, next verse, text 218. Mahaishvarya yukta dumhe vadanya brahmanya sadachari satkulina dharmikagra ganya. I need the translation. Both Hiranya Mujjamadar and Govardhana Mujjamadar were very opulent and magnanimous. They were well behaved and devoted to Brahminical culture. They belonged to an aristocratic family, and among religionists they were predominant. So these are the texts. Nadia Basi Brahmanera Upajivya Praya Ata Bhumi Grama Diya Korena Sahaya. But the Bengali would actually say Haja, Sahaja, give help. Practically all the Brahmanas residing in Nadia were dependent on the charity of Hiranya and Govardhan, who gave them money, land and villages. And very short purport. Although Navadip was very opulent and populous during Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's time, practically all the Brahmanas depended on the charity of Hiranya and Govardhan. Because the brothers highly respected the Brahmanas, they very liberally gave them money. All right, next verse. I will give you the translation first. Nilambara Chakravarti, the grandfather of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, was much worshipped by the two brothers, but Nilambara Chakravarti used to treat them as his own brothers. So Nilambara Chakravarti, the grandfather of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, was much worshipped by the two brothers. They had much honor for him. But Nilambara Chakravarti used to treat them like his own brothers. Okay, Bengali. Nilambara Chakravarti Arajya Duhara Chakravarti Kore Duhaya Bhratri Vyavahara. Next. Mishra Purandarera Purve Kaja Chena Sevane Ataiva Prabhu Bahala Jane Dui Jane. Therefore, Mahaprabhu knew them very well. Formerly, these two brothers had rendered much service to Mishra Purandara, the father of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because of this, the Lord knew them very well. Next verse. Raghunath Das was the son of Govardhan Majjumadara. Raghunath Das was the son of Govardhan Madhusudana. From childhood, he was uninterested in material enjoyment. Okay, don't forget, at breakfast time, we're going to ask you what we read this morning. Silence in the room. And at lunchtime. And we shall not extend it as far as dinner time. But if you remember something at dinner time, it is good. So from childhood, Raghunath Das was uninterested in material enjoyment, and he was the son of Govardhan Madhusudana. Taking notes. I used to take notes a lot in classes. I had tiny writing notebooks, and one day everything was stolen. But still, we are happy to kind of record things. And I still have one small notebook which I discovered a couple of years ago very happily. Because those days we didn't have tape player. When we were with Guru Maharaj, we didn't have our own tape player. Only the special devotees have their own tape player. So anyway, we don't have any, but we write notes when we're with Guru Maharaj. Okay.
So Guru Maharaj was talking, and it wasn't actually being recorded often.
Prabhu, many things is not recorded. And with Gurudev, many things not recorded. Absolutely. Absolutely. And we're very happy when we hear some of the things that are recorded, then it's not just, oh yeah, we say something, but look. Actually, everyone can hear Guru Maharaj saying and Gurudev saying, but there are lots of time. How much is recorded compared to how much time we're with Guru Maharaj and Gurudev? Jai Gauranga Sunda ki Jai, Jai Shri Giriraj, Shri Radha Radha Giridhari ki Jai. Okay, next verse. Quickly, we have to keep moving. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu returned to Shantipur after accepting the renounced order, Raghunath Das met him. So that's a little jump back, but it's just explaining. When Mahaprabhu was in Shantipur, that time going to Puri, then Raghunath Das met him. When Raghunath Das went to see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he fell at the Lord's lotus feet in ecstatic love. Prabhura charane pare prema vishta hoya. Then, showing him mercy, the Lord touched him with his feet. Prabhu pada sparsha, touch. Koila karuna koriya. Tarapita sada kore acharya sevana. Ataiva acharya tare hoila parasanna. So acharya is Advaita acharya. Raghunath Das's father, Govardhan, always rendered much service to Advaita Acharya. Consequently, Advaita Acharya was very pleased with the family. Next, when Raghunath Das was there, Advaita Acharya favoured him by giving him the food remnants left by the Lord. Raghunath Das was thus engaged for 5 or 7 days in rendering service to the Lord's lotus feet. Next, after bidding farewell to Raghunath Das, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu returned to Jagannath Puri. So this is all about the way, this time that he's going back to Puri. After returning home, Raghunath Das became mad with ecstatic love. Te hon ghare ashi hoila premete pagala. What does pagal mean?
Crazy.
Thank you. Instant reply. Pagal means crazy. Very commonly we have heard it spoken in Bengal. Okay, next verse. Raghunatha Dasa. It's okay. If you want the verse, sorry, I was starting to read the English like the verse. Bara bara palayate ho niladri jayate. Pita tari bandi rake ani pata hoite. So Raghunath Das used to run away from home again and again to go to Jagannath Puri, but his father kept binding him and bringing him back. Then Pancha Paika, the watchman. Pancha Paika Tare Rake Ratri Dine. Chari Sevaka Dui Brahmana Rahe Tarasane. His father even had 5 watchmen guard him day and night. Well, it says night and day, but we'll go for day and night. 4 personal servants were employed to look after his comfort, and 2 brahmanas were employed to cook for him. Then, in this way, 11 people were incessantly keeping Raghunath Das under control. Thus he could not go to Jagannath Puri, and because of this he was very unhappy. Nila chale jaite na paye dukkita antara. Oh dear. When Raghunath Das learned that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had arrived in Shantipur, he submitted a request to his father. Raghunath Das said, Agya Deha, please give me instruction or permission. Raghunath Das asked his father, Agya Deha, Jaya Deki Prabhura Charana, Anyata Narahe Mora Sharire Jivana. Otherwise I will leave my body. Raghunath Das asked his father, please give me permission to go and see the lotus feet of the Lord. If you do not, my life will not remain within this body. Shuni Tara Pita Bahu Loka Dravya Diya Patayila Bali Shigra Asyaha Firiya. Hearing this request, Raghunath Das's father agreed. Giving him many servants and materials, the father sent him to see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, requesting him to return soon. So then, Satadina, 7 days, Shantipure, Prabhu Songe Rahe, Ratri Dibase e Manakata Kohe. For 7 days, Raghunath Das associated with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Shantipur. During those days and nights and days, during those nights and days and nights, he had the following thoughts. Raghunath Das thought, how shall I be able to get free from the hands of the watchman? How shall I be able to go with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Nilachala? Since Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was omniscient, he could understand Raghunath Das's mind. The Lord therefore instructed him with the following reassuring words. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is omniscient, not only when we want him to know our thoughts, but when we think they're our own thoughts. So we should always be conscious. Mahaprabhu knows everything. And as Guru Maharaj says, as much as we are sincere, we are safe. Okay, so Mahaprabhu knew everything, and of course Raghunath Das, pure and sincere. Then the Lord therefore instructed him with the following words. So this is Mahaprabhu's words. Stira hoya, be patient. Ghare jao, na hao batula. Krame krame paya loka, bhava sindhu kula. Be patient and return home. Don't be a crazy fellow. By and by, presently, you will be able to cross the ocean of material existence. Markata vairagya na kora loka dekaya. Jata yogya vishaya munja ana sakta hoya. Jata yogya. Oh, as it is befitting. Jata yogya vishaya munja anna shakti, without attachment hoya. Be without attachment. You should not make yourself a show bottle devotee, saying Markata Vairagya, monkey renunciate. Markata Vairagya. But saying here, you should not make yourself a show bottle devotee and become a false renunciate. For the time being, enjoy the material world in a befitting way and do not become attached to it. And there is a long purport. A long purport. Homework for everyone who may like to have homework. Next verse. Antre nishtakara bhaya loka vyavahara achirat Krishna tomaya karibe udhara. Mahaprabhu still speaking. Within your heart you should keep yourself very faithful. But externally you may behave like an ordinary man. Thus Krishna will soon be very pleased and deliver you from the clutches of Maya. Brindavana deki jabe. Oh, okay. Brindavana deki jabe. Asiba nila chale. Tabe, tumi ama pashe ashiha konna chale. So you may see me at Nila Chala, Jagannath Puri, when I return from visiting Vrindavan. By that time, you can think of some trick to escape. And it's kind of the other way around in here. Vrindavan deki, jabe ashiva Nila Chala. Anyhow, next verse. What kind of means you will have to use at that time will be revealed by Krishna. If one has Krishna's mercy, no one can check him. This is Mahaprabhu talking to Raghunath Das. So really giving him so much hope. So that verse in Bengali, Se chala, se kale, Krishna spurabe tomare, Krishna kripa jare, tare ke rakite pare. All okay. And here purport by Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. In next verse, Etta kahi Mahaprabhu tari vidaya dila, ghare ashi Mahaprabhura shiksha asharila. In this way, Mahaprabhu bade farewell to Raghunath Das, who returned home and did exactly what the Lord told him. After returning home, Raghunath Das gave up all craziness and external pseudo-renunciation and engaged in his household duties without attachment. When Raghunath Das's father and mother saw that their son was acting like a householder, they became very happy. Because of this, they slackened their guard. All right. Meanwhile, so last verse today, first verse tomorrow. Meanwhile, at Shantipur, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu assembled all his devotees, headed by Advaita Acharya and Nityananda Prabhu. Mahaprabhu embraced them all and asked their permission to return to Jagannath Puri. Because he had met them all at Shantipur, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu requested all the devotees not to go to Jagannath Puri that year. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, I shall certainly go to Vrindavan from Jagannath Puri. If all of you give me permission, then I shall return here again without difficulty. Clasping the feet of his mother who had come to Shantipur, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu very humbly requested her permission. Thus she gave him leave to go to Vrindavan. Srimati Sachidevi was sent back to Navadip, and the Lord and his devotees started for Jagannath Puri, Niladri.
So sorry.
The devotees who accompanied Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu rendered all kinds of service on the way to Nilachala, Jagannath Puri. Thus, in great happiness, the Lord returned. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu arrived in Jagannath Puri, he visited the temple of Lord Jagannath. News then spread all over the city that Mahaprabhu had returned. Anandita Bhaktagana Ashya Milila Prema Alingana Prabhu Sabari Korila. You probably understand that. All the devotees then came and met the Lord with great happiness. The Lord embraced each of them in great ecstatic love. Kashi Mishra Ramananda Roy, Pradyumna Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, Vaninath Roy, Shiki Mahiti, and all the other devotees met Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay, now you know that verse. Here it is in Bengali. Kashi Mishra Ramananda Pradyumna Sarvabhauma, Vaninatha Shiki Adi Jata Bhaktagana. All right. Well, we have to stop somewhere. We were going to stop a few verses ago. Okay, oh well, we're going to stop here. Tomorrow some good things, some more good things are going to happen. Every day good things are happening. And tomorrow's verse is 255. Gadadhara Pandita Asi Prabhure Milila Sabara Agrete Prabhu Kahite Lagila. Tough to say. Jai Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Charita Amrita. All the Amrita talks of the Mahaprabhu's Leela. Hare Krishna. Anyway, we're meant to finish by 8, which is almost now. We did listen to Gurudev this morning, and we're listening normally to the revealed truth here, day by day, in the morning, and we maybe have 2 minutes. But again, if we read something, you have a duty to remember what we're reading. You will remember something?
Yes.
How long will you remember it? Until breakfast?
Eternally.
Eternally, oh, that's pretty good. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Okay, any questions? Because we heard from Gurudev this morning. We've been listening to Gurudev. And we've read Chaitanya Charitamrita this morning, and now we are due to finish because breakfast is at 8. And Saraswati, she is the manager. She wants us all to be punctual. And it is good to be punctual. And in Navadip, also, breakfast, lunch, dinner, it's the same. Everybody comes at one time and it's served. Everyone sits and serves. There's no question of, I'm going and taking your own food or a buffet like this. Served nicely. And so it's part of the loving interaction of the devotees. So to attend the morning program together, to take prasadam together, to attend the evening program together, and to do something during the day, it's sweet. It's not army. It is interaction of the devotees and the nourishing guidance that's been given by our masters, by our golden example of Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Mata, of Gurudev and Guru Maharaj. So we'll try to be punctual.
Maharaj, the meeting, regarding any question, the meeting between Raghunath Das Goswami and Mahaprabhu, this is the first meeting, or did it say that on his way up towards Ramakalimbaya, Shantipur, he met Raghunath Das Goswami before?
Prabhu, I would have to check it to be sure. I don't think it is the first meeting.
It's not?
I don't think so, but I would have to check it. I don't want to say what is wrong, and we can check it. I mean, we have that opportunity now to check it quite quickly on the Veda base, etc., just to check what is there. If I was 100% sure, then I would say something else. But I'm not 100% sure. Yes, in the corner.
Thank you so much, Maharaj, for a wonderful class. I have a hole in my notes here that you're quoting Srila Guru Maharaj. I have, as much as we are sincere...
We are safe.
We are safe.
Yes. As much as we are sincere, we are safe. And we want to be sincere. We want to be proper students. We've come across the most wonderful masters. And if you are interested in something in the material world, you try to go to your interest to the best university for that subject matter, the best professor of that subject matter. And then, when you find that, then you will try to be, if not the best student, at least a sincere student of that master. So now we have the very best masters coming from the Lord himself, Gauranga Sundar. And we've got the very best masters coming down through Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Gokishore Das Babaji Maharaj, Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev. Now we've got everything in line. We need to recognize that direction has come to us. And as today, you can hear their voices. You don't have to take somebody else's word for it. And it's not history, it is live. It is our living guidance for the next hundreds and hundreds of years. It's a fact. So we'll try to be sincere students. And it's not just a selfish thing. I'm selfish to be, think for me, but we try to be sincere students to do what also? To distribute, as Mahaprabhu has given us seva, to tell others about Mahaprabhu. Tell others about the gift of Mahaprabhu, etc. So yes, as much as we are sincere, we're safe. And sincerity is invincible, also, quote from Guru Maharaj. And this theme is consistently everywhere. But we need to be trying to do our best, not just we've joined a club, signed our name, and we've got like a friendly society or something, society of stamp collectors. Or I don't even know if there are stamps anymore. Are there stamp collectors? I don't know. But they have all sorts of societies of things, which is like a hobby. We want it to be more than a hobby or a passing interest. It's our great fortune of life. We've fallen out of an aeroplane somewhere, and somehow we've landed in a very good place. We could have landed in all other sorts of places. All right, dear devotees, if we go by the digital clock, we're getting late. If we go by the clock in the Prasadam hall, we're still early. So we'll do our best to be on time. We want to cooperate with the management. To manage an ashram, it takes a lot. So we try to be as punctual as possible. So we are a little bit late. We'll chant the first four verses of Hari Haraya Nama Krishna. You can chant. First 4 verses of Hari Haraya Nama Krishna. And then continue. Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha. Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha. Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan Radharani. You can do something with the camera and the microphone. Hari Gopinatha Madana Mohan. Shri Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Chandra. Gadadhara Shiva Sari Gora Govinda. Jaya Rupa Sanatan Bhataraguna. Jaya Rupa Sanatan Bhataraguna. Shri Jiva Gopala Bhataraguna. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare.
भक्ति महाराज महाराज की जय। ओम शुभाशल भक्ति सुंदर गोविंद गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। ओम शुभाशल भक्ति रक्षक श्रीधर गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। ओम शुभाशल भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय। श्री रूपानुगा गुरुवार्गा की जय। नामचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। भक्ति वृंद तुलसी महारानी की जय। रामाद वैष्णव मंडल की जय। रामाद भक्त वृंद की जय। बोल कारतल की जय। ज्ञान सुभाष भक्ति रंजन मधुसूदन महाराज की जय। हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। हरि